Okay, here's a system of 3 equations and 3 unknowns. I know this was everybody's favorite. There's a lot of different orders that you can do this in. I'm going to do it in one standard order that I've always done them in, and if you have a better way to do it, that's fine. I'll also show you how to do this on the calculator, the same trick I showed with the system of 2 equations. So the first thing you need to do is take a pair of equations. So I'm going to take that first pair, and have to eliminate one variable. So I'm going to eliminate the x, and we're going to do that the same way we do it with 2 equations, flip-flop the x variable. So multiply the top by 4, the bottom by 2. 8x minus 6y plus 2z equals negative 20. And 8x plus 4y plus 12z equals 0. Subtract, again, remember to subtract the entire bottom. So the x's cancel. Negative 6 minus 4 is negative 10y. 2 minus 12 is negative 10z equals negative 20 minus 0, negative 20. So that's one equation we're going to use. All right, now pair up another 2. So I'll take those 2 this time. I could have taken the first and third if I wanted to, but I'm just going to take those 2, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So multiply this by negative 1, and that by 2, because remember, when you see that negative x, that's just a negative 1 there. So negative 2x minus y minus 3z equals 0, and negative 2x plus 4y minus 10z equals 34. Subtract. So the negative 2's are both the same, they cancel. Negative y minus 4 is negative 5y. Negative 3 minus negative 10 is plus 10, so plus 7z equals negative 34. Now we have 2 equations, and so we can take these 2 equations and create another system that we can solve. So negative 10y minus 10z equals negative 20, and negative 5y plus 7z equals negative 34. And again, flip-flop the the coefficient on y in this time. So negative 5 and negative 10. If you recognize this, then you really only need to multiply the bottom equation by 2, because that'll give you negative 10 right there, and that'll take care of everything and with only multiplying one equation. But if you want to do something that will work all the time, then just flip-flop these numbers and it'll always give you the same number. So 50y plus 50z equals 100. 50y minus 70z equals 340. And so now when I subtract, the 50y's go away. 50 plus 70 is 120. And 100 minus 340 is negative 240. Sorry, 120z. Divide both sides by 120. And we end up with z equaling negative 2. And now we work backwards. And we can choose whatever equation we want. So now I know that z equals negative 2. I'll go back to this equation here. Negative 5y plus 7 times negative 2 equals negative 34. So negative 5y minus 14. And I get y is equal to 4. Whoops, sorry. And so then that gets me my second answer. Then take these 2 and go back and plug it in up to the top. So I'll choose this equation. Negative x plus 2 times 4 minus 5 times negative 2 equals 17. I'm running out of room there. Negative x plus 8 plus 10 equals 17. And negative x plus 18 and so there's my answer. If it's written as a coordinate, remember you write it x, y, z, so 1, 4, negative 2. Okay, if we're going to do this one on the calculator, then what we'd actually do is we'd use the matrix. So again, second and then x to the negative 1 gets us in. Choose edit. But this time, because it's a 3-variable equation, we have to change the dimensions. And remember, this is rows by columns, but for our purposes, the first number is the number of equations, so that's 3. And the second number is the number of variables plus 1. So the number of variables, x, y, z, is 3, plus the answer is 4. And again, you'll know if you did it right if you have enough things to fill in. So then we go 4. Notice it moves over to take that last column in. And it's important to make sure you're typing these in right so that you get the right answer. The calculator only does what you type in, so if you type something in wrong, it won't get you the right answer. All right, so once we're done, quit out of there. And go back into the matrix, go over to math, and we want to choose B, double REF. Go back into the matrix, choose matrix A, and there's my answer, 1, 4, negative 2. The exact same thing as I got in the problem, 1, 4, negative 2.